I'm talking to Barry here about how he got into the Twilights. You got a phone call one night.
Down Cries. We're talking about the Twilights before, folks. That's
we were.
The Twilights were my very favourite band in the 60s.
Did they come from Adelaide too?
They did. Oh. And I used to go and see them when I was probably 14, 15 or something. And fantastic band. Terry Britton, of course, Glenn Shire kicked on with LRB. Terry Britton wrote all that stuff for Tina Turner and. A sensational band. They were, you swore you're listening to the Beatles when you.
Yes, but we're not talking about the Twilights. We're talking about the Town Criers. Why did you come to? Why do you think that Adelaide bands? Because there were a lot of them. Why do you think they came to Melbourne?
There were a lot of Adelaide bands, and they were probably the best bands come out of Adelaide because I think there was the English settlement in Elizabeth, about 20 miles out of Adelaide, which most people know about, and a lot of the migrants come over there, and there's some fabulous bands come out of that town, even up to Barnsley and these people,
Yeah.
So a lot of these bands come out there. They came to.
So where's the band go up there?
They came to.
They're very talkative people in here, aren't they? You've had your turn, guys.
You get that, folks. They come to Adelaide they come to Melbourne because it was probably the capital city for music as far as rock and roll goes, and Adelaide wasn't. You could only go so far in Adelaide, and if you wanted to, make a living at it, perhaps it was almost impossible in Adelaide. When you get to Melbourne too, there's only so far you can go too if you play there long enough, and you've got to go overseas then. But in those days, there wasn't many people getting overseas because it wasn't until bands like LRB and Easy Beats built a bridge kind of thing. But you had to come to Melbourne because it was the capital city for rock and roll, and it had the venues. It also had the TV shows that went around Australia. So you got.
They were all filmed here in Melbourne.
Mostly.
Not so many in Sydney.
No, there weren't a lot in Sydney, I don't think. But there were things like Uptight, Happening 70, and these shows at that time, which was 4 hours every Saturday morning, which every band got got a fair bit of a face when you went on that show. You get a bit known and fantastic publicity and get your records shown and be seen by everyone around Australia.
So after all this time, you're still singing because?
Well, I was since the Town Criers. I've been with a couple of bands. I was with an original band in the early '70s called the Alloy Band, and I was together a couple of years, and another band called Little League, which was a kind of original band with a guy called Nick Charles, who's around now. And then that's right, I went overseas and come back, and I got together a *60s band, which became the Fabs, which was probably around for about 14 years. We did.
A big, well-known band.
We had I think at the Golden Gate Hotel. We were there for about 6 years on Sunday nights and Thursday nights. So it was a bit of an institution, and that was got good mileage out of the Fabs. I think towards the last couple of years it was getting hard because the poker machines came in.
Yes.
We loved them, so the venues started not needing bands and making all the revenues through the poker machines. And if you wanted to have a dance, well, you'd just probably find a duo or a solo artist in the corner with his little sequencer machine and probably get $100, and there was your dance.
Interesting now though that less people are going to the pokies, so now they're looking to go out again to go and see at the great RSL venues.
Yeah, look, I think so. I don't think there was too many venues where they could go now. And I think there are less playing the pokies, and
there are.
Yeah, so and these things are fantastic in that way because they have opened it up again, and there are still pokies at these venues, but at least they're also putting on bands, and the bands are probably bringing in more people than the pokies.
And it's been just wonderful talking to you, and I sincerely hope that you get many, many, many more gigs and many, many, many more people like you got tonight.
Thank you very much, Sherryn Love. Tonight was fantastic. It was the first night here, and it was probably about 300 people.
Yes, about 300 people.
We had 3 bands. We had Ronnie Charles, the Retros. We had ourselves Midlife Crisis. We had the Substitutes and
Blackfeather.
A couple of guys had a Blackfeather.
That was wonderful because I wasn't expecting that.